Alright guys, welcome back again to the channel as usual, back to let you know some of the stories making the rounds right now as they concern the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So a very sad one coming out from the camp of the Super Eagles right now, and is the fact that we have a couple of players who will be missing out due to injury. It just happened this weekend, talking about the likes of Bright Oseyi Samuel and Cyril Dessas. There's also an update concerning Felix Agu, who limped off out of their match this weekend. And he's also a very huge doubt, although there hasn't been any replacement for Felix Agu. But for the likes of Bright Oseyi Samuel, NFF and Chelle have decided to call in Zaidu Senusi, and then for Siridesas, they've called in Uche Crisanto. So these two guys will now be coming into the camp to replace Osei Samuel and Siridesas. And this is a very unfortunate news, of course, which comes as a heavy blow to the team, and also for me personally as well, because Bright Osei Samuel is someone that I love very much because of course he's very good. He's strong, he has space, he knows how to play his role in the team. And I was really looking forward to seeing this man, make that appearance for these two games, especially after Ola Aina was ruled out, a few weeks ago because of the injury he had representing the national team the last time. So I was really hoping for Osei Sama to make that appearance, but unfortunately we are going to see a sort of a different formation because I mean obviously this has for sure destabilized the potential formation that we are going to see from Kucharik Shaw, because now I don't think we have any natural uh, right back in this team. Zaidu Senisi that's coming in is a left back, but I mean what it means now is that the likes of Frederick Benjamin is going to be converted to play the two. That is what I think Coach Eric Shaw is going to do right now. Frederick had played it, previously. He did really well in the game, and I think he's going to be trusted with that position by the coach. Of course, the CB role, we have Semi Ajayi who has returned back into the squad. Maybe he could possibly pair with William Chus Ekong, because those are the two guys that had previously built a wall in our defense, way back, even before uh, Frederick started getting call ups. But that's what's happening. I'm delighted as well for Semi Ajayi. His coach is not exactly very pleased with the fact that the man is being called by the Super Eagles. Not that he was not happy for him. Of course, he was happy because obviously every footballer wants to represent their country. They want for the opportunity to be able to play in the World Cup, which is a big, big dream for every footballer. But the coach is kind of concerned and is uh, worrying that Semi Ajayi is just coming back from injury. He's worried that Semi Ajayi might just be too fragile for him to come represent Nigeria. And of course, we know how it is with African football. It's really very physical. It's a lot more dangerous than European football. So the coach of Hull City, who goes by the name Sergej Jakirovic, said this about Semi after he got the invite to come represent us. He said, "I'm okay with Nigeria calling up Ajayi because you cannot stop him. I know that next year is the World Cup, so when it's the World Cup, everyone is excited. I hope Ajayi will get some playing time there because he needs it. I hope he plays and returns to us healthy." So this is the word from the coach, who is very hopeful that Semi Ajayi doesn't come back with another health problem, resulting from partaking in our two games. But moving away slightly a bit from that, guys, we saw a couple of games being played today, and we talk about some of our stars who are consistently performing right now. Kenichi Iheanacho seems to be that man who kind of delivers every single week. He also delivered today as well, scoring a goal for Celtic against Motherwell. He actually opened the scoring, and it's now his third goal in 6 matches. Third goal, one assist in total 6 matches. He could have had contributions in their last two games because he scored, but obviously VAR situation and all of that. But he consistently keeps getting into dangerous positions. He consistently keeps being a very pivotal part of this Brendan Rodgers' Celtic week in, week out. But it's a shame he wasn't invited. Hopefully, he's going to get the nod if he keeps shining like this, to come play in the African Cup of Nations. And then we go straight to the match in La Liga where our new invitee, in the person of Akko Adams, uh, actually was one of the goal scorers as Sevilla completely humbled Barcelona 4 goals to 1. Akko Adams, who is going to make his debut, hopefully, was one of the goal scorers. He scored in the 90 plus 6 minutes, and he was so hyped. He had to pull off his shirt, risking getting a yellow card, which, of course, at the end of the day, I'm sure he got it. But I mean, what a way to accept your call up. He had scored previously. This is actually his back-to-back goal. He scored last Sunday, which that and along with other performances, good performances, was why Coach Eric Chelle decided to include him in the squad. And then to pay the coach for trusting him to put his name, he scored again today and against a Barcelona side, which you know what that means. Actually, something to be proud of. And the best part was that the assist actually came from his fellow Nigerian brother Chidera Ejike, who teed it up for him to score. Two shots and one goal was enough to put in a really good performance. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys perform. Chidera Ejike is not invited, so Akko Adams is the only man that's going to make that trip to South Africa for the Lesotho game. So we expect, to hear from Coach Eric Shell and his team because obviously it's only normal for them to be the first ones to come into the camp before we start to see the players arrive. Hopefully, by tomorrow being Monday, uh, that is, we are going to start hearing a lot about that, and of course, how the boys are moving from their club sides to the camp. But just to wrap up, guys, just wanted to share with you that the under 20 men's team have their final group game today in the World Cup under 20 that is currently being held in Chile. And that game is against the table toppers, Colombia, and it's going to be played uh, in the early hours of today again. So if you guys can stay awake up to that time, it will be very interesting to watch because obviously Nigeria will be going for a win in that one to top the group. But even if they end up not topping the group, they still, as it stands with 3 points, have a very high possibility of qualifying as best losers. You know, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think that's how we want to qualify. We want to really qualify convincingly, and be able to put our foot forward in terms of showing that we're one of the best teams in this competition. Also, that's going to really give us some huge boost that we would need to go all out and try to win it. But that is the update, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you've not done so, and stay tuned for more videos.